I'm giving myself 1 week to start a dropshipping business to see whether or not it's still a viable way to get started with e-commerce.
And I say get started for a very particular reason.
You see, this is from a dropshipping store, and besides taking absolutely forever to get to my house, it hardly screams quality.
So between slow shipping times, crappy Chinese packaging, and small profit margins, dropshipping doesn't really seem like a great long-term solution. So why am I doing this? Well, for me to answer that, we first need to take a really quick look at what dropshipping actually is. If you already know the answer to this, just block your ears for 20 seconds.
Dropshipping is where the business or the store essentially acts as a middleman. When an order is placed for something on your store for, let's say, $50, you then source it somewhere else, usually a factory in China, for, let's say, $30. They then ship it to the customer and you get to keep the $20 profit without ever having touched the product.
Happy days. Once you get a start with dropshipping and you know that that product sells, then you can transition to a more sustainable business model. More on that later in the video, but for now, I've got a business to start.
I'm going to be using AliExpress to source the product. It's the most common one when it comes to dropshipping. This might change down the track, but for now, it's a good start.
Alright, so the criteria for the product I'm going to sell in my store is it has to have some sort of wow factor, like it would stop you scrolling. It can't be something you would just pick up from anywhere like a Target or a Kmart or a Walmart, and it can't be like a cheap little knick-knack. So there are a lot of products to sift through on AliExpress, so I'm just going to start sifting through and see what we come up with.
So the issue I found by not knowing what kind of product I wanted to sell before starting this was there was just so many products to sift through that it was going to take far too long. So I ended up leaning on some resources to help narrow this search down. Websites like EcomHunt and Thieve.co curate the best products that are currently selling and trending on AliExpress.
Alright, so that took a long time, but we got there in the end. I have found the product I want to sell in my store, but it was a lot easier utilizing Thieve.co because it curates everything for you. I won't be going fully in depth into how I utilize all these things in this video because it's not a tutorial, I'm more so just sharing my experiences, but I will leave links to everything that I use in this video in the description below. Time to move on.
So the product that I ended up landing on was this insulated water bottle. Now this is something that you could put your tea, coffee or water in, but this one has a little LED screen at the top showing you the temperature of what's inside, which I think will separate it from the rest. And I think this one is quite slim and minimal and already looks quite good, which will really help with the branding side of things. So this is what we're going with.
So now that we've got the product, we just need to come up with a name for the product and the store.
So I ended up going with the thermobottle.com. I was actually really surprised to see this was available because it was listed on GoDaddy for about $7,000, but on Shopify for about $14. So that's what we're going with. I also wanted to make sure this is available on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I've had to go with a slight variation on Instagram, but I'm still happy with this.
Alrighty, so now we've got the product, we've got the product name. Now it's just time to build a website, and I ideally want to have this done by the end of the day, so I'm going to need some help to get through this. Better.
Alrighty, so the website is done now. It's definitely not perfect, but I'm happy with this for now. And if I think this is a product that is worth selling, then we can definitely improve upon it down the track. So I've just gone with the clean and minimal look to match the bottle itself to keep the branding really consistent. For now, I'm happy with this and it's time to go to bed.
Okay, so in my opinion, this is by far the hardest part of the process.
If you don't know what you're doing, using paid advertising on platforms like Facebook can be the quickest way to burn through cash, but luckily there's no shortage of resources online. There are millions of tutorials on YouTube showing you how to do paid advertising, or if you'd rather just outsource it completely, websites like Fiverr and Upwork are perfect.
All right, so because I'm going with paid advertising, I need a video to put in those ads. And obviously because I don't have a thermo bottle here, I'm gonna have to outsource that.
So I've ended up going with launchads.com. Basically, you just send them a link to your product, you send them your logo, and then they then do a video up for you with your product. Now, this is something I will just be utilizing in the short term. I have ordered a sample of the product so I can shoot a more high quality video ad and be more on brand. But for now, this is perfect.
Alrighty, so the launch ads are back, so now it's time to run some paid ads. Now, I'm not gonna go into too much detail here because this isn't like a full in-depth tutorial, but just know that I'm keeping it very basic. I'm going very broad with my targeting, and I'm running ads on Facebook and TikTok. So I'm gonna run those for a day or two, see how the results go, and then I'll check back in. Okay, so it's been 2 days since I launched the ads. Now, for whatever reason, the TikTok ads just never went through, which is kind of annoying just because that's where I sort of saw most of the sales coming from because they're so much less saturated than Facebook ads. But nonetheless, the Facebook ads did go through and we ended up with a total of 3 orders. So...
Hey, Paulie, what's up? No, everything's fine. Hey, listen, I quit.
Okay, so obviously I know that that's not all profit. So the cost of the product was $68.35. It cost me $137 to get the ads made with launch ads, and it cost me $169.26 in Facebook ads. So I ended up with a total net loss of $209. So although the money was in a loss, I am still taking this as a win because I think this is what dropshipping is perfect for, and that is testing whether or not a product is worth investing in. So I'm still going to do a little bit more testing with this product, but if I see that it's worth investing in, what I can do is then invest in a wholesale order. From there, I can get my own logo put on the bottle, I can get my own custom packaging, I can get the orders either sent to my house or a third-party logistics factory somewhere, which means higher profit margins, quicker shipping times, and you're building your own brand, and you did it for very little risk. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Now, I did say in my previous video I was going to be uploading to this channel every single week, and that was a month ago. So I did massively underestimate how long these videos take me to plan, film, and edit around my schedule, but I will hopefully have a video coming out every single fortnight from here on. And I am going to be uploading short form videos to my Instagram and TikTok, so follow me there if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one.